Hey everyone, how are you doing today? I'm coming at you with my November TBR, and let me tell you, this is a TBR that is intimidating as heck because none of these books are under 400 pages. November is the monster chunks. Like seriously, holding these up is actually making my arms ache. But some of these I've started actually. I think 2 of these I have already started, and one of them is a reread, so that one's going to be like the bottom of my list. But yeah, it's a chunky month. It's also NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month next month, and that is the goal to write 50,000 words. I also didn't want to have too many books for November. I'm sticking with the autumnal themes that I talked about when I did my autumnal reading plans. So they've got quite dark vibes, there's magic, there's still spooky vibes, because just because it's November doesn't mean that we can lose the spooky Halloweeny theme. I'm going to start with the reread, which is going to be obviously the last book that I want to do in the month, but that is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn, Arthurian retelling, and I think book 2 comes out soon. I remember not liking this because I felt the main character was too young. She was 16 and she was starting college, and everyone around her was like 18, 19, and I just felt like it didn't make me feel very comfortable. I would have rather the main character been sort of 17, 18 with some of the things that they were talking about, or that it had been set in high school and maybe she was going to a new high school. I don't know, something didn't fit right with this. But I do remember I liked the magic. I loved, is it Sal or Sel? Bear with me, it's been 2 years. Oh, I also didn't like Nick. I thought he was a bit of a, I don't know, I'm not a fan of those guys. Selwyn. Yeah, Sel. And I really liked him. I thought he was awesome, and I liked that he had this darker vibe going on. But yeah, so rereading Legendborn. Then we've got the books that I've already started this month that will be carrying over, because no way in hell am I getting through both of these this month. First is The Way of Shadows by Brent Weeks. So we are following a street rat who gets taken on by an assassin and has developed a new identity and is now being apprenticed to become a wet boy, which is the word that's used for an assassin. It just follows like Azoth as he's now Kyler, but when he was Azoth he was a street rat, and there is a lot of dark themes in this, and you know that there's disturbing stuff happening in this, but what I like is it's not explicitly graphic, so I think that's a really good balance so far. We then have Empire of the Vampire. I currently have the dust jacket somewhere. I think is it that? Yep. It's over here. I'm currently 100-ish pages. Yeah, just over 100 pages through. I've just started book 2, and it's interesting. Some people have said that they were hooked from page 1. I'm loving the prose in this. There are so many beautiful quotes, and so like the descriptions. I'm not normally one for descriptive writing, but the descriptions in this so far have been gorgeous, and I've loved every minute. I especially love the illustrations throughout. It just helps me to actually visualize what's being said, and oh my god, it's a game changer. Every book should have this now. Like I struggle when they describe characters. I struggle to actually like picture them, but then they show, like they were talking about the main character Gabriel and saying like what he looked like, and then a few pages later there was like a beautiful, I'm trying to find it, I'm not going to be able to now I don't think. There it is. It's like, oh, that's what it looks like, and it is, oh, I cannot be more thankful for the illustrations. Why I quite like graphic novels, helps me to picture what's going on. So I am on book 2. I'm not sure currently how I'm going to feel about this being 700 pages long, because at the moment it does feel like there's a lot of stuff that didn't really need to be in there, but I'm just grateful there's no footnotes like with Nevernight, because I gave up on that trilogy because I just could not deal with all the footnotes. So I'm glad that it doesn't have that, and I'm looking forward to carrying on with this. We then have a buddy read that I'm doing with Clumsy Charlotte and a bunch of other people over on Twitter. And Charlotte was saying that she got this book, and I commented on her video saying, oh my god, you should like do a buddy read thing. And so she has, and I signed up for it. And that is Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I am a bit worried about how slow it's going to be. I've heard that it's quite a slow build, and I'm not a fan of slow build, and I'm not really a fan of like intense world building. So we shall see, but I do love the colours. I love the blue and yellow. And again, this is one that, you know, they've done that thing where instead of putting a blurb on the book, it's all praise, and it's like, well, I want to know what the freaking book is about. I don't care what people think about the book. I want to know what the book is about. It's a pet hate, and I'm very much in the category, because it doesn't even have the blurb on the inside of the book. Like, seriously, they just assume that everyone knows what this book is about, and it really pisses me off, to be honest. It annoys me so much. Anyway, all I can tell you about this book, I think it's Asian inspired, it has dragons, and it's sapphic. That's all I know. And I know that so many people absolutely idolise this book. So we shall find out if I am going to fall into that category, or if I'm going to be one of those people that everybody hates because I didn't enjoy it. And then the final book that I probably won't get to, but it would be nice to, is With Fire in Their Blood by Kat Delacourt. And this is the smallest book on the pile. And it is 406 pages, so still over 400. But this one is set in Italy, and it follows a girl who I think they've just moved. Yeah, Lily has just moved from America to Italy and is settling in and discovers all this like darkness, and I think it's got like magic and witches and all of this sort of stuff, and it's really dark and twisty. It is YA, but it's like dark YA, which I am here for. And Kat was just the most lovely person ever. I really loved meeting her at Yauk, and so I can't wait to get into this. So yeah, that's my books for November. There's only 5 of them, but like I said, those 5 books accumulate to nearly 3,000 pages. No, almost 4,000 pages these books accumulate to. So if I can read those and write 50,000 words of my own novel, I think I'm on to a winning month. I'm also very aware that it is almost the end of the year, and in order to catch up with my reading, I should be reading about, well, I'm on target. I'm actually ahead of target right now for my reading goal, but only by 1 or 2 books. So I am worried that reading bigger, chunkier books is going to slow my reading down, and I'm not going to hit the goal of 80 books for December, but we shall see. I'm also going to probably carry on reading my Nalini Sings, because like I said, I had a bit of a mental health slump in October, so I've been rereading the Psy Changeling series, and I should be alright getting back to that, and I will read those as well, so I should be able to keep on track with my reading goal, and at this rate I will hit it in December. But it's going to be very touch and go towards the end. I might have to fit in a few manga at some point to try and just up my book count, because I've read very little manga and graphic novels this year. Last year I read about 20, this year I've read about 4. So I'm doing well. Anyway, I'm going to head off. But those are my books. Let me know in the comments if you are taking part in Clumsy Charlotte's Priory of the Orange Tree read along. Let me know, that would be really cool. And if you want to join, I'm sure if you contact her, she can add you to the group. Or if you contact me, I can link you to it. And yeah, let me know what you're reading in November. What are you most excited for? I am most excited to finish Empire of the Vampire, just to say that I've actually done it. But I'm also really looking forward to finishing The Way of Shadows, because I have been really enjoying that so far. And yeah, it has a very high Goodreads score as well, which is why I picked it up in the first place, and I'm excited. But yeah, can't believe that this is almost the final TBR for the year. That's insane. It's been a very, very fast year. Anyway, let me know what you're reading. I'm going to head off, and I will see you guys on the next video.